Welcome back to the channel, people. This is No Garage Stuff. If you're new to watching the channel, welcome. This is a supplement to the last video dropped with the Star Trek thingamabopper. And I thought maybe you'd like maybe a hands-on. From what you're seeing, this is a two-dimensional, but I'm going to show you how I did it without the math, meaning writing down, which probably would get you in trouble and it wouldn't be exacting because our siding, when this thing was originally made, our siding was not cut exact. Maybe the router bit was worn out or whatever. Whatever the deal, or jigsaw blade was buggered up. So this is not perfect. So if you were to do this actually with math, you'd probably lose out. So this is one of those cases where three-dimensional layout will get you the results necessary. I was going to get you an idea exactly how we made this piece, okay? And how we did this as far as doing the bottom first. Here, we'll do this right now, okay? We're going to pull this out. And this was the scrap left over from making this piece here. Okay, we did have to refine it a little bit already, which we used this, our cordless cutoff wheel with the sanding disc on it. But what we do is, before we got this almost perfect shape now, is we just simply, hold on, plywood that's sticking up. We just put it underneath the plywood, on the other side of the plywood, and we just drew it out. There is the line right there for our 2x4. Remember, this is the lower cross member 2x4 that will cover the full width. And we've got this one right here. There, okay? But we already made our cut for the lower 2x4 opening. So we did cheat a little bit, okay? You see how that fits on there darn near perfect? All we have to do next is cut out that line. And yes, we are going to cut out that line rather than save it because we want a little bit of slot for the top horizontal cross member covering the full width. So we're just going to assume this is perfect now, okay? So now what we need to do, or you're asking yourself, well, how are you going to make the curve up here? Very simple. We're going to use our siding actually. And being that it's wonky, we need to actually get that exact wonky shape. And how we do this, I'm going to show you right now. Hopefully the camera cooperates with us. We're going to put this where it needs to be. Okay, like that. This needs to go over here like that. No, like that. And down. Okay. This is just an overview demonstration. We're not doing this a perfect demonstration, but obviously you need to do all your cuts perfectly as far as laying everything out perfectly, if that makes sense. So now we're assuming this is already perfect, right? It's going to slip right in place. And what we're going to do then is take our drawing apparatus. We got ourselves a pencil. You could use a pen and draw a line. The curvature of the siding right on the line. And then what will happen is we're just going to make a general assumption right here. We're just going to use a circular saw or jigsaw, whatever you have, or a handsaw back at home, and just cut this little nub off because it'll be easier. And then we're just going to assume this line's already here, okay? I would not recommend using any power tools, whether they be cordless or hooked up to the wall, because this small piece of wood is not going to respond well to vibrations. Um, it's better said than done, to just to start nibbling away at it with this, or you could do it by hand, but that would take it would take a long time, and that's how this shape right here will come about on the top piece and will be set. And yeah, so I thought you'd like to know and see an actual demonstration of how did you do that. Wasn't that bad? And just like this piece here, we remove this, we're going to end up taking our nuts off, taking this piece of wood off. We're going to scuff up the bottom. We're going to scuff off the 1/8 veneer siding on the top and the bottom and the plywood, and give it a nice good coat of that caulking sealant. And that includes this surface here, which is going to be covered up by this surface. So it'll be more difficult for moisture and water droplets to compromise the solid core wood or the veneer strands of the plywood. And that'll be it, and it will be ready to be put back on. So yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, I think I couldn't explain any further. I mean, this was our scrap piece from making this, and we had the overall general shape already, and all we had to do is just clean it up a little bit, which we've done. This was about 45 minutes of work to get it to this point. It's not quite finished, but for demonstration purposes, it is already, okay? And to repeat again, because sometimes some people learn from repetition. I just fell. Like I said, you're seeing everything is real. It's not editor scripted. Although there's a thought in my head what's going to go down as far as the storyline. That's it. But anyway, repetition makes perfection as far as the procedures. We just take our pencil and we draw along the siding. But, when we do our drawing on the bottom, it's assuming, it's already here like this, keep your sander away from one spot. You always want to keep your mechanical sander moving at all times. Even if that means you need to scuff out an area here, area there, you still need to keep it going, because you'll start gouging it. And before you know it, you're going to start taking out more material than you should have. And you're going to be short. And you will have no one to blame but yourself. You can't call on the woke card. You can't call on the cancel culture card. You can't call on the pronoun that one goes by or whatever. It's, you weren't paying attention intentionally and trying to do things the incorrect way as far as not following the process. But if you do follow the process, and I believe even a developmentally challenged person could probably do this, because it's very simple work when you break it down. Although it does take time, I will admit that. And if you try to rush it, like I mentioned before in the previous videos, unless you're a genius, whether you're a girl or a guy, and you're able to pump out material with high productivity and quantity without sacrificing quality, then hats off to you. But usually this stuff, it does take time, fine-tuning. There is no fast way to do it. And if you're working on a project like this, or trying to repair your motorhome, tent trailer, pickup camper, or travel trailer that's all jacked up, is because it was rushed. And that's what leads to a lot of these problems with these RVs, shall we say. They're just hack together as quick as possible. Hack and whack and whatever you want with staples and whatever. So, yeah, you do need to take your time. It will work out. But you're saying, well, that's not fair. How did you do that? No, we're not going that route. I wasn't raised that route. And I think that's the biggest problem now in society is everyone wants to make an excuse for something not working out right when ultimately it comes down to the person. If they had a hand in something, whether it be, doing a hobby like this or some other situation in life having nothing to do with this, you played a role in it, and we have to take responsibility for our actions. And that's it. You can get to this point. It's very simple. I just showed you the outline to make this happen. And you can make it happen, and you will make it happen. You can get the family to get involved in it. And as long as everyone is on board to get the desired results of having a quality end product. You don't need to be a cabinet maker. You don't need to be a carpenter to do this stuff. Although, you could give yourself brownie points and call yourself a carpenter or cabinet maker apprentice by yourself in training. Whatever. But you will get to this point. You can all do it. No big deal. And I guarantee you, the job you do will be much better quality and you'll be satisfied with the results if you paid someone to do something like this. It is possible. And yes, I've got the advantage now. Maybe if some of you don't have all the um, squares, roofing squares, um, this cordless or one with the cord or circular saw, and you're having to rely on more or less manual labor at this point. That's okay. We have to start from somewhere. I mean, I didn't always have everything at my disposal. You just build things up over time and replace things over time because tools eventually break, especially the ones that seem like you can only get from one country that rhymes with Guyana, if you know what I mean. It doesn't matter if the brand name is something that rhymes with Milwaukee, the city, or Oshkosh. There's a tool that kind of rhymes with that place. They all seem to be made in the same country that rhymes with Guyana, and you're just going to have to get used to the fact that the stuff just wears out and doesn't hold up like they used to, shall we say, before our time, at least my time, maybe your time, maybe you're older, maybe you're younger, whatever. But you'll get there. I thought this supplement would be helpful. Because maybe you thought, well, you never showed us how to do this. Well, I just did, okay? But always keep in mind, in this situation right here, the line is your friend. If you watch the previous videos, stay on this side of the line, especially when it comes to finishing. You'll get there. You'll have to take a nub out of here, a nub out of here, somewhere here and there. But just be gentle when you get down to this point, to where it's basically almost perfect. And you can get it to where there almost is no gap. It's not rocket science. So if you enjoyed the supplement and the rest of these videos as far as the free pickup camper to a shed, you can watch the videos sooner if you hit the notification bell because it works with Google's algorithm there. These IT companies, they keep track of everything we do and what we like to see, what we like to hear, blah, blah, blah. Hitting the like button or no like button will also help you get to see the next video. If you'd like to see this or another video, and feel free to leave a comment, subscribe if that is your doing. Yeah, I'm pretty aware that there are other YouTubers out there that have made this, but I think maybe they're doing it for a different purpose. Well, hey, well, that guy Derek from Script Garage, I want to be like him, or I want to be like so and so. And the reality from this scenario right here, this is for friends and family. I had no idea that many more people would be watching it. Um, this is my format for delivering um, this videography of what goes down at the ranch, and I'm not really going to deviate from the reality in it. Not trying to make a buck. You're not going to see a whole bunch of things behind closed doors that were from months and months ago, all wrapped into a 30-minute, 45-minute package, from start to finish, because those people have made a decision and it is their living. Whatever YouTuber out there that is financially successful doing this, this is the reality of doing something like this. It doesn't come in a 5-minute scene block. It takes time. And if you've watched the previous videos, obviously many people have been, when you got many things going on, you do a little bit here and there and do the best you can. And what I mean by the best you can, maintain a high level of quality. You can do it. So, yes, and I look forward to posting another video next weekend. You all guys and gals, and whatever, have a great day and be positive, okay? Bye.